Welcome friends to our sweet and beautiful world. The world of flowers and stars, here everything impossible becomes possible.
Once upon a time, in the year 1920, cars were very different from the ones we see today. They were big, noisy, and slow, but they were still very exciting to people. In a small town by the hills, there lived a young boy named Timmy. Timmy loved listening to his grandfather's stories about the old days when cars were just starting to be a big thing. His grandfather always said, "A car is like a friend who takes you on grand adventures." One sunny afternoon, while Timmy was playing in his yard, he noticed something unusual. Behind his grandfather's house, there was an old car covered in a dusty blanket. It was big and black with shiny round wheels. The car looked like it hadn't been driven for many years. Timmy ran over, his heart racing with excitement. "Grandpa, is this your old car?" Timmy asked, pointing at the dusty car. His grandfather smiled and walked over to him. "Yes, it is," he said with a twinkle in his eye. "This old car and I had many adventures together." Timmy's eyes widened. "Can we fix it and go on an adventure too?" His grandfather chuckled. "It will take some work, but I think we can make it run again." So, Timmy and his grandfather spent the entire afternoon fixing the old car. They cleaned the engine, checked the tires, and made sure everything was in good shape. Timmy loved learning how all the parts of the car worked. He handed his grandfather tools and watched carefully, eager to learn. After hours of hard work, the car was ready. Timmy's grandfather turned the key, and to Timmy's delight, the engine roared to life. The old car sputtered, but it started moving, slowly at first, and then faster as it picked up speed. Timmy laughed with joy. "Let's go, Grandpa," he said excitedly. They drove down the dusty road that led to the nearby hills. The car creaked and rattled as it made its way along the bumpy path, but Timmy didn't mind. He felt like a true adventurer, just like his grandfather had been in the old days. As they drove, they passed fields of golden wheat swaying in the breeze, and forests full of tall green trees. They crossed a wooden bridge over a sparkling river, and Timmy waved at the animals they saw along the way. Every turn brought something new and exciting. "Grandpa, what were the adventures you went on with this car?" Timmy asked as they drove. "Well," said Grandpa, "I remember one time we drove all the way to the next town. It took us all day, but we got there just in time for the big fair. We saw the tallest man in the world and watched a parade with all the prettiest flowers you could imagine." Timmy's eyes grew even wider. "Wow, that sounds amazing. Do you think we can go on even bigger adventures with this car?" Grandpa smiled. "Of course, Timmy. The road is full of surprises. All you need is a good car and a spirit for adventure, and the world is yours to explore." As the sun began to set, casting a warm golden glow over the hills, Timmy and his grandfather decided to head back home. The car made its way back slowly, but it didn't matter. Timmy was already thinking about the next adventure they would have. He loved the idea of exploring the world with his grandfather and their old trusty car. From that day on, Timmy promised to take good care of the car, just like his grandfather had done.